There are two sides to every story.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
He wanted to be single.
By the way, sex with me is very good.
She wanted commitment.
I want to get married.
What?
You see him through her eyes.
I feel great. I really do.
You see her through his eyes.
Either way you look at it.
You get caught up in the middle.
Kevin Bacon.
Elizabeth Perkins.
He said.
She said.
Premieres Sunday, February 9th.
On HBO.
For Aram Katurian, having it all wasn't as good as getting it all.
When I was his age, I had 3 jobs. I was knocking myself out trying to get somewhere in the world.
Now he's going to get it all back.
Everything screwed up because of my money.
Yes, I see your problem. Boy, I wish I had it.
Even if he's got to do something drastic.
That's some bad news, very bad news.
Jack Lemmon, For Richer, For Poorer. Premieres Saturday, February 29th on HBO.
What have you got when you've got HBO?
HBO is, it's...
It's...
Well,
I don't know.
you see, you have this box.
It's like
It's
kind of like this.
Tonight, it all happens here on HBO.
At 8, in this gothic romantic fantasy film of the premiere of Edward Scissorhands. At 10, Beyond of the Tales. It was bookended by death, Tales from the Crypt. Then at 10:30, Romantic Life, Career and Sexual Life. Dream On. Edward Scissorhands, Tales from the Crypt, and Dream On.
It all happens here tonight on HBO.
The following movie is rated PG-13.
snuggling, sweetie? It's cold out there.
Why is it snowing, Grandma? Where does it come from?
Oh, that's a long story, sweetheart.
I want to hear.
Oh, not tonight. Go to sleep.
I'm not sleepy. Tell me, please.
Well, all right.
Murder, madness, and mayhem. And that's just the fun part. It's another gory episode of Tales from the Crypt. Next on HBO. Viewer discretion advised. What have you got when you've got HBO?
HBO is, it's...
It's...
Well,
I don't know.
You see, you have this box.
It's like
It's
kind of like this. Only on HBO.
Unhappy, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, completely.
They're creepy, kooky, ooky, and spooky. They're the delightfully macabre Addams Family. Based on the classic cartoon characters of Charles Addams, the Addams Family stars Raul Julia as Gomez, Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester, and Academy Award winner Angelica Houston as the ghoulish Morticia.
I remember wondering as a child whether her dress was part of her body or was something that she put on, and it always seemed to be in this sort of concave vision. She would always be at a window. I think there's a place in the American sensibility for something that's a little darker, a little more macabre than you know, the Donna Reed show or the Jeffersons or even Archie Bunker. Something that's a little more fanciful, a little bit more mysterious, a little more Halloween.
Pugsley, sit in a chair. Why? So we can play a game. What game? It's called... Is There a God?
The story of the Addams Family begins on the 25th anniversary of the disappearance of Uncle Fester. In true Addams style, the family holds a seance to contact their long-lost uncle.
Sing, O spirits, hearken all souls. Every year on this date, we offer a clarion call to Fester Addams.
Stop it.
Pugsley.
Unpacking? That's me.
It's all right. I can do it.
Crowbar. Dynamite. Cyanide. Fester. As if we'd run out.
The Addams Family features many familiar characters from the popular 1960s television sitcom, including Lurch, Granny, Cousin It, the now disembodied Thing, and some new family members.
I'm blinded by such beauty.
How can I compete? You're twice the woman I am.
We were like a family, really. We shot for several months. I mean, we were together for a long time, and we became like a family. We used to play jokes on each other, and so it was just a very nice situation. It was like making home movies.
For most of the actors, transforming into their Addams counterparts was a grueling ordeal, sometimes taking almost 3 hours a day.
What they did was a very interesting thing. Kevin stretched my skin on my face 1 inch at a time, covered that part with latex, and then let it crinkle up. And after about 3 hours, he had the whole face crinkled and properly aged, and it immediately gave me a character.
Portraying Granny's grandkids Pugsley and Wednesday are newcomer Jimmy Workman and Mermaid star Christina Ricci.
I kind of took Winona Ryder's role in Beetlejuice and kind of like played off that a little bit. May I have the salt?
What do we say?
Now. They said that Wednesday tries to be a lot like her mother. So I kind of studied Angelica Houston during rehearsals, took some of her facial expressions, and put it into my acting.
They're so sweet. They're like two little puppies, and I loved being around them and having them as my children. I think they still think of me as, a sort of strange mother. A strange alternate mother.
This strange alternate mom also had some strange witchly rituals when she finished the shoot.
I have a bonfire of the vanities when I play witchly parts, and I put fingernails and eyelashes and the odd wigs, the odd corset together, and douse it with a lot of petrol and set it aflame, and that was how I said goodbye to Morticia. Don't torture yourself, Gomez. That's my job.
The next HBO Comedy Hour brings you a small-town guy.
I'm Jake Johansson, and I'm originally from Iowa.
He so desired fame and fortune that he loaded up old Bessie and left home.
I don't get back to Iowa myself very often. I mean, it took me a long time to realize that we were free to go.
Then one day, Jake hit the big time. Now he's involved in corporate finance.
The debits, the credits, the people we exploit.
International commerce.
The Japanese are working on some new bread right now to make our toasters obsolete. They're over there with the wide, low, high-resolution toast.
And sex scandals.
I'm single again now, but I'm still buying condoms because I don't want the woman at the store to know that I've stopped having sex.
Jake Johansson's writing his own ticket to stardom on the HBO Comedy Hour. Premiere Saturday on HBO.
Boxing means champions. Boxing means tradition. Boxing means HBO. Get ready for a doubleheader spectacular. First, the WBA Welterweight Championship. Lightning-quick combos, a crushing left hook. Meldrick Taylor rocks in the ring, and Glenwood Brown is next on his list. Then, undisputed lightweight champ Pernell Whitaker moves up in weight and climbs into the junior welterweight ring for the first time. World Championship Boxing. Live Saturday, January 18th on HBO.
Moviegoers are being dazzled this Christmas season with everything from a Peter Pan remake in Hook,
Firefly from hell,
to the final voyage of the Starship Enterprise in Star Trek VI.
Fire.
Warren Beatty's gangster epic Bugsy and Bruce Willis's latest actioner, The Last Boy Scout, are two more of the larger-than-life, big-budget films out this season.
I would like to hear you scream in pain. Play some rap music.
With all the explosive hype at the box office, it's not hard to overlook some of the so-called smaller films out this season.
The name Itchy Threat could ring a bell. No, ma'am. I don't think so.
The new film, Fried Green Tomatoes, doesn't have big-budget special effects, but it does have a double dose of Oscar-winning talent. Best Actress winners Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates stars a couple of newfound Southern friends.
You get yourself some hormones.
What we really need is an assertiveness training class for Southern women. But that's a contradiction in terms, isn't it?
I was waiting for that space. Face it, lady, we're younger and faster.
According to Tandy, the drama comes from the characters.
There isn't a character there that isn't complete. They're not just cutout characters. They're all extremely human, funny, humorous.
And Kathy Bates says she hopes audiences are as impressed with the film as she was.
It was phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. I was so moved by it. I was carried along by it. It was such a treat to be able to experience that with a picture that you're in yourself. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed it.
Also hoping to attract audiences, Tom Hulce and Lolita Davidovich star in The Inner Circle, the true story of a Russian film projectionist who ends up working for Stalin. And Spanish filmmaker Pedro Almodovar has a new film in theaters this week called High Heels. Almodovar says the original Spanish title for the film means the sound a child might hear of their mother's high heels approaching from a distance. But
the distribution company, Miramas, thought that it was a good title for one movie, and they liked just the idea to put Almodovar's High Heel. And I don't know if that's confused, because then people is going to think that I use high heels, and that's not true, because I'm too fat, you know.
Almodovar's High Heels opens in theaters this week. I'm Matt Lauer for HBO Entertainment News.
Murder, madness, and mayhem. And that's just the fun part. It's another gory episode of Tales from the Crypt, next on HBO. Viewer discretion advised.
A beautiful woman. A dangerous man. Before they could be together.
No one's gonna hurt you. Okay? You're gonna learn to trust me.
A family would be torn apart.
Nora? Everything's under control. What do you want? She's good.
The lady is alive.
I'm getting really angry.
That gun the kid was carrying is registered to a Nora Cornell.
I'm scared, Dad.
I'm not ready to die.
Now I could be inside that house in 1 minute.
We're giving that family a chance.
Mickey Rourke, Anthony Hopkins, Mimi Rogers, and Kelly Lynch.
I really like this family, but you're pushing my patience.
Desperate Hours.
She's a pretty woman, but she's no Tinkerbell. Julia Roberts is running for her life in the suspense thriller Sleeping with the Enemy. Premieres Saturday, January 25th on HBO.
What is HBO? Why do you want to ask me? Why me? Why don't you ask someone else?
I know, but I'm not telling. Mostly, it's very,
Box office! Box office! Do you understand what I'm saying? Box office, you know what I mean?
What was the question?
What is HBO?
It's,
It's the one that I like to watch. I'm watching it because I like to watch. You see...
If someone made you a key lime pie, and you weren't in Florida, you would be surprised.
All right.
And that's the way HBO is to me.
Have I made myself clear? No. When you've got it, you'll get it.
The following program contains material that may be too intense for some viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Guess who? Mayhem of the Sexual. In this romantic comedy and Martin Tupper's content in Mayhem Corpse, stay tuned of Dream On, next on HBO.
Do you know what male, women, explosive experts, meter maids, bounty hunters, private eyes, lottery winners, astronauts, and tax evaders all have in common? They're each appearing on Ace Award-winning Paula Poundstone's new late-night show.
Have you ever been abducted by aliens?
That's right. Ordinary people.
I've been bitten twice by a great white shark.
Extraordinary stories.
You could try up the neighbor's cat if you really get hungry.
Well, there's a good thing to blurt out on a high-profile program.
The Paula Poundstone Show. Everyday people, every Friday night. Premieres Friday, February 7th on HBO.
There are two sides to every story.
Yes. No.
He wanted to be single.
By the way, sex with me is very good.
She wanted commitment.
I want to get married.
What?
You see him through her eyes.
I feel great. I really do.
You see her through his eyes.
Either way you look at it.
You get caught up in the middle.
Kevin Bacon.
Elizabeth Perkins.
He said.
She said.
Premieres Sunday, February 9th.
On HBO.
On the HBO Comedy Hour, travel to the crazy world of Bob Nelson.
I need toilet paper!
He broke through as a young comedian.
Oh, first I want to show you my grandmother.
Cut loose on a one-night stand.
Billy Bob Rubin, University of Texas. Right guard.
Now he's in the spotlight for his first HBO Comedy Hour.
What's your sign? I'm a 50.
Bob Nelson.
I know I am. But what are you?
A comic force of multiple personalities.
Use your head for once, you know? A lot of guys think with this, you know, but I use my head.
With a unique perspective.
Teacher used to always say to me, where are you going to go with that crap when you graduate, Mr. Nelson? Where are you going to go with that, huh? I don't know, HBO.
Bob Nelson. Premieres Saturday, February 8th on the HBO Comedy Hour.
For Aram Katurian, having it all wasn't as good as getting it all.
When I was his age, I had 3 jobs. I was knocking myself out trying to get somewhere in the world.
Now he's going to get it all back.
Everything screwed up because of my money.
Yes, I see your problem. Boy, I wish I had it.
Even if he's got to do something drastic.
That's some bad news, very bad news.
Jack Lemmon, For Richer, For Poorer. Premieres Saturday, February 29th on HBO. She's a pretty woman, but she's no Tinkerbell. Julia Roberts is running for her life in the suspense thriller Sleeping with the Enemy. Premieres Saturday, January 25th on HBO.
What is HBO? Why do you want to ask me? Why me? Why don't you ask someone else?
I know, but I'm not telling.
Mostly, it's very,
Box office! Box office! You understand what I'm saying? Box office, you know what I mean?
What was the question?
What is HBO?
It's,
It's the one that I like to watch. I'm watching it because I like to watch. You see,
if someone made you a key lime pie, and you weren't in Florida, you would be surprised.
All right.
And that's the way HBO is to me.
Have I made myself clear?
No.
When you've got it, you'll get it.
Simply the best choice on TV. HBO.